Wow. Hello, graduates. Welcome, friends and families. Thank you all for gathering here today to celebrate this thing called graduation. My name is Lauren Samuels, and I'm honored to stand up here today and shed some light on what we've learned in the last 18 months, and how all of us will be leaders in our own way. We've spent our time together soaking up as much as possible, learning from the infamous Tinker Hatfield, Wilson Smith, and Ellen Schmidt-Devlin, learning from our generous, patient, and intelligent instructors, the list that's too long to name them all. We've also learned just as much from each other, the ones next to you in matching green robes. Back in September 2020, we were staring at our computers, eagerly awaiting our first class as graduate students. Some of us were tuned in from the same desk that we studied our spelling words in 4th grade, and others were sitting on the floor of our new apartment's bare furniture. We were spread across the world, from Vietnam to Canada, Vermont to California, but we all showed up on Zoom with one common goal: to learn something new. So on September 29th, we had our first consumer research class with Steve Holmberg. Steve taught us about people, how to observe them, their habits, their needs, and their pain points, and how to turn those observations into an insight. We struggled through numerous workshops to get to one insight, but if you think of it simply, an insight is just a consumer plus an observation plus a challenge. But in practice, it's not that simple. Next, Meg Dreyer introduced us to design thinking, and she taught us that everything starts and ends with the consumer. We learned how to create a persona, defining people's needs, struggles, pain points, and passions, and understanding their why. Every day in life and work, we all form stereotypes, and we make generalizations about each other and consumers, and we put people into personas, or into boxes. Boxes have sides. Some are a little softer sided than others. Boxes divide, they organize. Boxes confine, and they hold things in place. Out of necessity, we've trained our minds to see people as the persona or the box that they fit in, not necessarily the individual that they are. We have to, because it's necessary to get through life and to do our job. But if you look around at all the new faces in this room and place them into personas, it'd be all too easy to box them in by how they look or what they chose to wear today. But graduates, look side to side at each other and try to put each of us into a persona. It's not as easy to confine each other to a few boxes. We know each other too well. We've seen each other fail and succeed. We've witnessed each other grow. And it's hard to build stereotypes about the people we know or those that we've grown with. If we built those walls of our own boxes back in 2020, I promise you we wouldn't have found the lifelong friends that we have. For instance, if you look at Marcus and I, we don't have much in common besides being two light-skinned kids from Minnesota. We've lived drastically different lives. One a pro basketball player, one a ski racer. One a luxury product developer, and the other a thrifter. Yet we've spent time connecting and finding similarities. We put in the effort to get to know each other without prejudice, and we stopped stereotyping and we started listening. Today, the world needs more cultural acceptance and less stereotyping, more consumer research and fewer assumptions, more listening and less yelling. We need to stop being blinded by our differences. We need to recognize that we have more in common than we're aware of. And we all seek safety, security, comfort, and belonging. We all want to be loved and be part of a community. Whether you're a championship athlete or a single parent, your need for belonging remains the same. So all of this thought can't be concluded without a proper insight, right, Steve? So we graduates and humans will leave this place and continue to be tempted to only see differences between ourselves and others. But this pursuit can lead to misunderstanding, conflict, and even hate. But in proper SPM form, an insight doesn't initiate action without a how might we. So, as we take on our new roles, as we build communities and travel the world, ask yourself, how might we see past the walls of the personas and dive deeper to find the person? How might we find similarities, listen, and understand what makes us the same, even when someone appears to be different? Congratulations, class of 2022. We crushed it. Let's lead with empathy and use sport to unite this divided world. Thank you.